begin with yourself. And you might pick something you've suffered from that somebody did that made it tough for you. And again, not like the defining trauma of your life. I suggest something a little less intense, like somebody who makes trouble for you at work, or an annoying family member and you have to keep dealing with them, that kind of thing. And so maybe you can think of a time when that person has caused you a certain amount of suffering. And begin with compassion for yourself. Breathe for yourself. So again, imagine a small suffering part of yourself, either in your heart or in front of you. And tune into the suffering itself. You want to take that away. So without getting all into the story or anything, just breathe in the suffering into your heart in the form of those murky, dense, heavy clouds. And breathing out into that suffering one, the glowing, light clouds of temporary and permanent, ultimate happiness. So hopefully you can feel both sides of this equation. Your suffering self relaxing, beginning to find relief, feeling some happiness, and your compassionate heart that's the pass-through for all of this. And there is endless, boundless joy in this great ocean out of which we spring and of which we're made. So you can be this pass-through. Feel into the change in that suffering part of yourself. And now you might imagine somebody who's suffered something similar. And for now, imagine somebody who you easily feel compassion for, you feel a good connection with. And you don't want them to suffer this or anything like it. And so you take that suffering away from them. And you replace it with ultimate, permanent happiness. And now focus on that pesky person who's blindly thrashing around in the mud, trying to avoid suffering, trying to pursue happiness. Actually, they've experienced a fair amount of suffering in their lives too. Maybe something similar even. Maybe something different. But our tide of compassion is strong enough that we want to take away their suffering and replace it with happiness. It won't diminish our happiness one bit. And so we breathe for them. And you might find that it actually feels good to do this, even for this person. Sometimes I think if this person were really, truly happy, then they wouldn't be causing the troubles they tend to cause. They just may not know how to pursue it. So we just give it to them. And there's plenty to give from this vast ocean that's the source of all of us. And now remembering that everybody in the eternal now has suffered from conflict, we breathe for everyone. And we'll end here for today.